G'day guys, we've got another battle report for you, and this time I'm using my Bonesplitterz. Actually getting a chance to use them. I've assembled the whole army as you can see, but they're not painted. So apologies for that. I am playing against Lee, and he slaves to darkness again, and once again he's got the Glottkin. So yeah, it's just, I'm really anticipating this battle because it's the first time I get to use the Bonesplitterz, and there is a monster on the table. So yeah, this should be interesting. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, once again, it's a long game. We're not playing a particular scenario in this one. We're just playing a straight up kill game. Kill as much as you can. That's because, you know, Lee hasn't played Bonesplitterz before, so he wants to get a chance to, you know, see what they do. I guess I'm on the same boat. I've played the meta game before. I've played sample games, you know, just the theory hammering stuff. So yeah, I'm really curious to see what they do. So I don't have any particular synergies like in mind. Just the basic stuff really with the spells. So I've got 2 units of ball boys, just a unit of 5. I've got a unit of 30 archers, unit of 20 archers, unit of 10 maniacs. I've got a Wargog prophet. I really like him because he can cast 2 spells, and he can also unbind twice in a turn, so that's really handy. I've also got a Savage Big Boss, 2 War Dogs, and a Maniac Weird Knob, which is a Shaman on a ball. With Lee's list, he's got a Glottkin, 2 units of 5 Knights, big block of Marauders, block of Warriors, make that 2 blocks of Warriors, 2 Spawns. I've never played against them in Age of Sigmar, so it's, it'll be curious to see. I'll be curious to see what they do. And a God-Beast Chariot. He's also got a unit of Chosen, but that's out of shot. They're actually hiding between the Glottkin, which is also out of shot. So once again, this is a 2,000 point battle played at Games Workshop Blacktown. I'm also practicing for the Sydney-wide Age of Sigmar campaign. Basically, it's a group of guys who got together, and you know they do a challenge. They do a ladder system challenge. So we just pretty much throw the challenge to anyone that's in the group, and we represent either our clubs or a particular Games Workshop store, and we just throw down. And it uses the ladder-based system from the Generals Handbook, so I'm really keen to get into that. Try and grow the community here in Sydney, and yeah, hopefully we can really grow the scene, you know, make it bigger than what it is, and yeah, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, nailed it.
So Lee got to finish first. Oh, also I'm running 2 battalion war scrolls, which is the Cunning Rock, which allows me to pick a unit in the battalion, and gives me the opportunity to move them, to attack with them, or to shoot with them. So that works well with the arrow boys.
flashy autonomous, pick a more Nurgle unit. They have soft long wound characteristics in my next roll.
Reroll those 3.
I'll pick this unit.
Awesome, we have 2 hits. At strength 5. Snake Eyes.
Okay.
That's total to be bonus.
What else are you going to shoot? Is the other Riptides in range?
So Lee got a chance to go first because I didn't put down my battalion war scrolls in one go. So yeah, Lee's got the first turn and he's just doing his abilities for the war shrine. And now he's gonna move up all his front line there. I like what he's done. Set up the battle line units at the front. Take the charge, retreat, and then counter charge with knights.
I know which one's which. It's 5 in 1. That's what's running 5.
Another thing worth mentioning is because it's my first game with Bonesplitterz, I'm really just, you know, just trying to get a feel for what they do. I know there's net lists with them already. People going with the Iceborne clan and going for, you know, different clans and different mixtures of units, battalion war scrolls. It seems like a lot of people like to go with the plus to the cast battalion, but of course that does damage to nearby Savage Orruks. I'm not sold on that one yet. I really like Cunning Ruck because, you know, the extra shoot or extra attack in the hero phase is really handy, especially when you got a block of archers like I'm doing, 2 blocks of archers. Yeah, I feel a bit cheesy. I will be changing the list around a little bit. I might go for the block of 1 block of arrow boys and 3 units of 10 Savage Orruks. For what they do, 100 points. You know, the 5 up armor save, and yeah, they're a good battle line unit for mine. Of course, if you've got a unit of 20 Savage Orruks in one unit, you can reroll once to wound. And if you've got 30 Savage Orruks in one unit, you can reroll all failed to wound rolls. So that's pretty good. But of course, you know, you've got to run them in big blocks.
That's 3. That's 3, so 6. Yeah.
I'm really starting to prefer the multi-style units, or MSU. Not multi-style, multiple small units. That's it. And yeah, that's at the moment that's what I'm preferring because I really go for that defensive style. So as you can see, Lee's moved up all his battle line units.
3. Now initiative 2.
Weapon skills 2.
3 hits. That's 3 6. So I'm wounding on what? 3 or 2s? All wounds.
So the first thing I cast was the Bone Spirit spell, which allows a unit to reroll 1 to hit.
Yeah. Alright, so that's our combat done. Now this one.
Of course, I forgot about the War Doc. Yeah, their abilities is very specific, where they have to be done at the start of the hero phase. So they do the Juju dance, you know, and I think on a 1 or 2, they heal a unit. On a 3 to 4, you can choose a Bone Splitter unit, and you can reroll 1s on the armor save. And a 5 to 6, you can pick a wizard, and you can give them +1 to cast and unbind. So that's pretty handy ability.
1 wound.
So both War Docs at the moment have just rolled 6s. Ominous sign, who knows? But yeah, I was able to give +1 to cast and unbind.
Pathfinders.
Also failed to mention that I've also got 3 units of big stabbers, which are nice because they've got the 3-inch range, -2 rend, and 3 damage. And not many stuff in the actual Bonesplitterz army have rend. So when you've got something that can do rend too, it's a big bonus for the army.
18-inch.
Oh yeah, and the second battalion war score I'm running is the Teeth Ruck. And yeah, that consists of all the big stabbers. So basically what that allows you to do is if they're within 6 inches of a monster in the hero phase, they can actually pot in 6 inches and attack in that hero phase. And it allows them to attack again later on as well in the combat phase. So it's pretty handy, and because it's a Glottkin on the table, you know, it's yeah, you know, it can do some really big damage. So just measuring the range because we're in the hero phase of my first turn, and just deciding which of the arrow boys will activate as the Cunning Ruck ability.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
They shoot 3 times.
Alrighty, so +4 to ballistic foil. Right.
So I'm shooting with the Arrow Boys, and I've comboed that with the Brutal Beast Spirit, so they're adding 1 to their hit rolls for their arrow shots. So when you're shooting about 90 shots, and at force to hit, force to wound, it tends to do a bit of damage. So yeah, Lee's just working out the armor saves. Wasn't that much this round, but of course, you know, they get to shoot again in the shooting phase. So it's pretty good ability.
2, 4, 6, 8 rounds. So if you fail, if you pass more than 3, you're still alive.
I failed 3.
Right, 3?
He's on 2 wounds.
Each shot, each shot, each shot.
How long it takes, you reckon, to finish painting?
Each side, no hits.
So off to movement now and just advancing the army. I did also manage to get the Hand of Gork onto the Savage Ball Maniacs, which are on the far right, or at the top of the screen. So it didn't roll a double, so they double their movement, so that becomes 18 inches.
Check it on the draw.
I think for next time as well, I'll be running the Maniac War Boys in separate units of 5. I just feel that the unit's too large, especially with the bases. The unit's just too large, and you really want to make the most of that second pile-in at the end of the combat round. So if the unit's too large, you know, you obviously can't get them all in. If you move them up wisely enough, you can line them up in a way where you can maximize the amount of models that you can charge into the combat. But yeah, I think I'm gonna use 5 Maniacs, probably 2 units of 5, and we'll see how we go from there. Also, I want to get another unit of Ball Boys, probably another box, because the retreat and charge ability is just too good not to have. Plus the fact that with Ball Boys, when they charge, the tasks on the balls actually get to reroll to wound to hit. So if you're retreating and then charging again in that same round, then you're getting some good buffs. Yeah. So I'm moving the Ball Boys now. I realize I've only got 4 because I moved the other Ball Boy with the Maniacs. So yeah, meant to have 5 in that unit. I think when I paint the Ball Boys as well, I'll use the different colors, just so I can differentiate between the Maniacs and the Ball Boys. I mean, technically, you're meant to use the weapons of the models itself to differentiate the units, but yeah, I think painting them in different ways will look better. Probably different markings, different designs, different colors, just whatever it takes to know the difference between the 2 units.
Actually, that's unusual. I've been playing this wrong the whole time. He's getting within 24 inches of him. It's going to be everyone now. Every rolls one's going to be out. Me and you. What? We've got all of Endless Fury.
This unit is on Mystic Shield, this one's on Chicken Up.
Everything rerolls. So that one's out. That one's in. What's the point of rolling? So these 4, I mean rerolls, I think they reroll all the misses. Everything is 8. This is first round combat, like yeah, Scarbrand, and all units, also within 12 inches of Scarbrand have the Rage, Hatred, and Hatred 2.
So that is my pathfinder glory on the
It's combat. Like frenzy type thing.
Yeah.
But, alright, cool. So it's in 12 inches.
Nothing.
So it wouldn't make too much difference.
No,
probably out.
But I get to reroll this.
Yeah.
So 3's to hit. The War Strider monster?
So I had to split up the shooting with the Arrow Boys, the unit of 30. And I think this is another issue that I'm going to have with such a big unit, is because you're deploying them so wide that if you're going to pump all your shots into the one unit, you're bound to have some models that are going to be out of range. And the range of the arrows is only 18 inches, which is not too bad, I suppose, in Age of Sigmar terms.
Pathfinders lock them up and you can just cover and go 1 inch this
But if you're going to deploy them that wide, yeah, you're bound to miss out on something.
try and charge in behind them.
Of course, if there's two separate units, like what Lee's got here, I had to split them up. I would have preferred putting everything into the one unit, but you know,
These guys, all of them can see you.
can't have it all, I suppose.
Alright, so
The other good thing about deploying them so wide is, you know, you've got more board control. Obviously, we're only playing on a 4-foot table, so it's going to be a little bit harder to outflank your opponent. I much prefer playing on a 6x4 table. That's why I prefer playing at home as well. Whereas in Games Workshop, you know, they only have 4x4 foot tables set up. But yeah, working it out, doing the theory hammer, and running the list that I want to run eventually, I'll have such a wide deployment. So unless they've got flyers in the army, it'll be an issue for the Bonesplitterz.
yeah, well, it's still technically the first round of combat in this combat. But then they're going to be what?
Put it
Scarborough.
in turn 9.
No rings.
On that?
Yeah.
Second quick roll.
No, because they're going to say it for the first turn.
Hatred is a model striking a hated foe in close combat rerolls all failed to hit rolls during the first round of each person. Which means they will have hatred now. That's not the first round of combat, so they don't get it.
Ah, right, yeah, gotcha.
They've got it, but until they charge the else is on the first round again.
Yeah. Yes, that's it.
And we're on 3 to hit.
Two misses.
I failed in a scoundrel fucking.
One guy.
6 to 3.
It's alright. 1 hit. 1 wound.
Three guys there.
So the shooting phase, the arrow boys doing more damage,
I like that guy.
whittling down the Chaos Warriors.
Alrighty. My turn?
It is.
Alright.
And now charging the Maniacs. Moved up 3 inches away, so shouldn't technically fail the charge because I'm adding +2 because I've got the Thumper in the unit. So they're going to get into combat with the Marauders. At the moment, the only buff that I've got in the unit is the Bone Spirit spell, so they're rerolling once to hit.
50% hit rate. Yeah.
No matter what, I was always going to engage.
Quickly roll over here.
Yeah, because they're
Transformation.
I'm wounding on what? 6s against Scarborough? Strength 5.
Also, as you've probably heard already, I've got some other people playing 40k in the background, so I've just reduced the volume of the actual game at the moment, and I'll actually increase the volume later on once they're finished with the 40k game. But yeah, it's because they were playing on the table next to us, and I had the camera there, so you can actually hear more of their voices and their dice rolls more than ours. So yeah, once they're done, you'll actually hear it. You'll hear the volume go up.
Oh, you roll a 6 extra attack.
Here's more flat.
Okay.
2 wounds.
Enough to kill him.
Yeah, down by 3 ups.
1 hit 3.
1 wound.
No, they gotta get
Down on 1.
off my channel.
Oh yeah. Alright.
No, they're definitely right, go ahead.
Alright,
There should be a lot I can't see.
I'm pretty sure. It's just the one guy.
I can't see.
No, just this guy can see.
Still enough to kill him.
The guys on top don't get any rolls.
Especially in rapid fire, so it's getting 3 shots.
So the guys on top.
As long as you remember those stuff.
Come on, boy. You can do it. 1 hit. 6. You fail this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, that's fucking the asshole.
6.
Or just with the fucking full and rolling again.
Oh! Hey, you did insta give a riptide.
Rerolling 1s.
He died to fucking.
A single fire warrior off in the corner.
Had a horrible
This is
pass
the
rate.
horseshit thing about it though.
Horrible 1s.
Yeah. And now we just go into the 1 melee combat we've got. This is such an anticlimactic round.
6.
Kill fucking Scarring, that's not anticlimactic. Go for it.
Because they're under the invisibility of
I'm sorry, you didn't let me come back with Tau. You always go first. Unless you're also Tau.
No
Or
range.
Necron.
Even Necrons go before me, I'm pretty sure.
I think
Are
the
they?
range of chaos.
What's the 6 to hit? Nothing after that.
Sorry, no hits. Your move.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
Success?
This is like what, sorry?
Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2.
Moving
Yeah.
Helbert.
You guys die.
6 inches, he finally fucking gets a move on.
One guy's
I'm
taking
just gonna just walk up and dick punch all my dudes. Except these guys can't actually hurt Helbert.
6 inches.
You rolling ones.
These guys are gonna move. These will be under 6 moving over here anyway.
Yeah. Well, that'd be about 6 inches. Like,
At least I'm re-rolling to wood, so I need 4s.
yeah, that's about 6
Yeah.
inches.
Rolling one.
4, no range.
Success. Nope. Success. Nope.
They're gonna get some way of getting Scarbrand into combat.
You guys die, so 4 wounds. This guy's
He's
dead.
just too fragile. Hey, these two are going to do dangerous terrain tests and probably die.
So yeah, I'm slowly chipping away at the Marauders, but not as fast as I would like. I thought the 2 attacks from the guys on top and the 2 attacks from the boars
Definitely don't want that.
will do a lot more than what I thought. I mean, the guys on top are 4s and 3s, and the boars are 4s and 4s with rerolls.
So they're going up in.
But yeah, I just wasn't taking down enough Marauders. Another thing that I overlooked was the 3-inch range of the Chaos Warriors. So they were able to pile in and attack this round as well. So yeah, that was a mistake on my part.
There before charging.
He's going to shoot, yeah, good point.
Do that. Us? Alright, so Bloodletters first.
3 Chaos Warriors can reach you. 1 Chaos Warriors.
That's a 6. That's a 6. That's a 6.
+1 attack.
That's a 6. So that's 4 hits.
Going to fail anyway, doesn't matter.
No, 3 inches if he's right at the front.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
all.
much rain, it's fine.
What'd you get on the Helbert? Like 8?
Yeah, so the Chaos Warriors didn't do that much in combat, but it was the Marauders.
Well, you're only like.
Yeah, all the sheer amount of attacks.
Yeah.
Eventually got to the boar boys, and a 6-up armor is not gonna do much. So yeah, I lost quite a few. I did get the second pile in at the end of the combat. I actually killed a lot more in that second pile in actually, so that was pretty handy.
And your Bloodletters.
But yeah, my mistake here was still overlooking the 3-inch range for the Chaos Warriors,
I don't know what I'm doing for those Bloodletters over there.
and of course not giving them enough buffs as
Drop them
well.
down, shoot, and then charge you.
But
You're
yeah,
gonna get the bonus.
I should learn from that.
Roll Snake Eyes.
Good placing. There was one shot from the Fire Warrior that killed Scarbrand.
This guy. Shot kills Carbrand.
I charged with the 2 flesh guns and
Overwatch killed him.
Just fuck, can't do anything. Right?
Alright, so Riptide punching on with pounds. All 3 hit.
Yeah, that doesn't say good.
2 wounds.
Yeah, also I forgot to move the camera, so that's my bad. Actually had the intention of moving the camera towards the other side of the table so that you could see this combat, but then I just completely forgot about it.
Oh well, whatever. Doesn't matter.
So mine doesn't help. You can't do anything.
Yep.
5 attacks in charge. Because he now has
It balances out.
all the other dreadnoughts.
I think it balances out nicely.
We're on 3.
Also, I think with the Maniacs as well, I think they might work better in units of 5. Yeah, I'll change up my list. I've probably mentioned it already, but the Boar Boys is definitely going to stay in units of 5. I really prefer the smaller units with the Boar Boys.
Yeah.
Retreat and charge. Sorry, I meant to say. It's actually it's a pretty good ability.
Initiative. I rolled 3. 2. Yep. Bye-bye for those.
Something finally went right for the Berserkers, for the Corn Demon King, huh?
What happened?
I wiped out his guys in the building with a Helbert.
So they already charged them.
Yeah. Alright, so now it's
2 inches.
Bella.
How did Walker's charge someone on the second floor building?
Well, you got a 10 for his charge and another on the second floor.
They can go buildings and shit.
Well, she's technically on the other side, so put him over here.
I was thinking that was really going to be the only sticking point for you.
Yeah.
So if he can get around then.
Yeah.
We can go straight to the wall. It's a room, it's not a building.
I know, I was caught out with that. Only one.
Who was that against, Steve? Because it sounds like it'll be against Steve or some other one. That's
I
like
was
me.
trying to get some random guy.
Did you wash your hands today?
My turn?
Did
My
you wash your
turn?
hands?
Movement phase. You know what, I'm not even going to actually know. I'm going to try with it. That's better. 5. Okay. Be something good. Yes.
Sixes.
Gets the 3 up shield. So important. Alright. These 5, they're going to move down.
Well, if you're damaged too, you know.
And then they're going to shoot you.
Alright, battle shot?
Or
5. Maybe 6 plus 2 because you wanted 2 inches.
1, 2, 3 hits. 3 wounds. 1 dead.
2 live. 2 die.
Oh!
2 die.
That's enough.
Nice.
That helps.
One bravery. 5. I have
Alright,
the
this is-
banner. Give me 1.
these 5.
bravery.
So yeah, the Marauder is exposing the lack of save on the ball boys. They're 3 wins each. I mean, that's their saving grace, but excuse me. But yeah, it's just the lack of armor.
1, 2.
That same
Man, another 3 hits. They can't shoot that whole time like shit. 2 wounds.
Except the Overwatch.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 die.
They're back to that.
Initiative?
This is ridiculous. How many dead ones? I'm not happy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So yeah, Battle Shock Lee was a bit unfortunate with the roll. He's rolled 6, so
So you're getting fucking
yeah, so more Marauders go down or run away.
Even with the -2, I'm within 3. So I'm getting 6 attacks. Because I charge.
I might have failed to fucking charge and that sucks.
So again, I get initiative this turn. So I'm thinking about shooting the Chaos Warriors again,
I was right.
just here in the forest.
You go there.
Yeah, I that's another thing I oversaw, the range of some of the spells.
1 hit. 12 2. No deal.
Fail.
Yeah, and just the spells in general, just using which spell to buff what. And because I've been playing Iron Jaws for quite some time, there's not many spells that you can give around apart from Foot of Gork and Green Puke. So when you've got 4 wizards on the table and you've got that many spells up your sleeve, it's yeah, it's a learning curve.
Alrighty.
Probably not.
But when you look at the spells of the Bonesplitterz, there's not really one that you can't really go wrong with. I mean, they're all good, they're all handy, they're very nice, they're very fluffy. That's for sure. So, in game terms, there's always something that you can use. So that's probably going to be one of the strengths of Bonesplitterz, is the amount of wizards that they can get. The Wargog Prophet, you can cast 2 spells, so it gives you that flexibility.
There's some 1 inch fucking ways. I can't fail this. I can't. Just take
No, you can't. Even with Snake Eyes there, you cannot fail the charge.
Oh, yeah.
So you're okay.
Is there enough room to move the Hellbrute behind that thing or not?
How far is his movement? Like 6 inches?
Yeah, can I physically moving there or not?
Like,
I've got to do
the back of here,
He can walk on the terrain.
yeah, you'll have to do terrain, but 6 inches,
3 inches, putting closer to the fucking riptide.
So not forgetting the War
that
Doc
puts you pretty much smack back.
abilities. Started the hero phase, got to roll the dice, see what he does.
That's a ruin, it doesn't really count, so you can move the building to the right there. Okay, I'm going to shoot my bolt pistol.
So one of the abilities is giving the ball boys the rerolls 1 to save, which is pretty handy. They've got the shield, so they're actually 5 up armor when it comes to saves. So rerolling 1s, they'll come in handy. I think that's another reason why I'm going to start preferring regular ball boys as well.
This guy can see. So,
I mean, Maniacs are nice. I mean, they're good damage dealing unit. So I'd probably send them out as a first wave of attacks,
win.
just to deal as much damage as I can to the enemy, and then try and finish them off with ball boys and whittle them down with arrow boys.
Strength 5.
What, do you have?
Did they get 3 shots each?
No, 2 shots. That's not 2.
That's one. There's a lot of shots there. Two
You're on
guys.
6 dice.
Even if I did it.
3 guys could sit. Because there's 2 guys down the bottom and 1 on the top.
Your face.
We just heard 2 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all I heard.
Oh, I said 2 guys can't fit.
Charge range for the bombers. Tower. And the raptor.
So again, just measuring the ranges for the arrow shots. Still in the hero phase, using the cunning ruck ability to
And the.
allow the arrow boys to shoot again.
And the.
Yep. I'll just put him up. In his butt. This is going to be so close.
a little bit.
Alrighty.
And the blood letter.
Yep.
The champion.
So you go.
What's he look like? The 1 in 8 chance of the champion. He's not 4, 8, 12, 15. So 3's the hit. 1 hit. 1 dice.
Take 1 off the top because it's easier.
And the Raptor he's the champion. He's got 2 attack space,
Plus charge.
close combat weapon, plus charge.
Charge for 4 attacks.
3, 4, 2 misses, 8, a little bit, 12, 13, that's 28. 3, 2,
Alright, top of story. 1 win.
1. So,
Alright. Armor. 4 armor. That'll be right.
Yeah, it's a
6.
fuck. This gutters are fucked. Alright.
Yeah,
Roll on the chart. What do you do?
1.
But you take off health.
yeah, that's strong combat.
Flash hands go.
Flash hands already gone. He did nothing like usual. I haven't done a single
Yeah.
So it looks like Lee is rolling up for his armor saves with the Chaos Warriors.
My turn, yeah?
They are getting the benefit of cover, so I actually could have taken out more, but yeah, that cover really helped them out. As you can see, there's only 3 left, but I've still got my shooting phase to go.
Alright. Fail miserably. See you later, boys. Alright. Overcharge.
fail, take a lose. He can
No, I'm trying to block the side of
Make sure I'm counting down.
3 left.
Alright.
Combat.
Really, their life is the last concern. So,
2 miserable flesh hounds.
yeah, I'll do that, might be.
1 hit.
Leon decided which models to choose
That's what?
to remove, so I think eventually he realized that he's still going to get the cover saves if he removes the other lot that's out of the terrain. So yeah, it's a good decision by Lee.
See how do you like it? Father involved suck, don't they?
I know they suck.
Father involved worth nothing.
He's dead.
There you go.
Great game, sir.
Yeah.
Great game.
Scatbrand. Dies to a fire
They
warrior.
fucking die again. Sorry?
It was tight. I forgot about the slam attacks.
Yeah, so die. Smash.
Smash, yeah.
Let's go, 6s!
Scarborough.
1 guy died, 2 guys died.
Yeah, all you need is a
Yeah,
little
I think that's enough. I thought he'd be dying with a shooting
Like I said, the rand doesn't matter,
We got
man.
one thing. It's just the sheer amount of dice that you roll.
Yeah, it's
So
just
he rolls poorly with the armor saves and then wipe the unit out.
double saves, good.
So it opens up the left flank quite a bit.
You don't want them to
Of course, now the knights are free to move,
He would, he doesn't need
and but yeah, now he doesn't have a roadblock for the
Well, you get something
for the knights. So we'll see how Lee plays from here on in.
like,
that Hellbrook is good.
He did well. He did really well.
profit. Sorry. Definitely got that.
He did well.
Like at the start, it was practically useless. Yeah, you couldn't fucking move.
Just trying to get all my characters within range.
one's the plastic model.
I forgot to mention also that one of my war docs
Oh, shoot.
also has the Wergog mask.
That's why I didn't buy it.
So that item's a lot of fun. I mean, I can see a lot of shenanigans with that. So basically, you can choose to use the mask. It has to be used in the hero phase though. It's only got a short range of 12 inches. but you automatically inflict D3 mortal wounds. But you can choose to continue to use the mask, so you have a little bit of a staring competition. So you roll a D6. If you roll a 3+, then you can cause another D3 mortal wounds on the target, and you can keep doing that until the target dies, or until you stop. However, if you roll a 1 or 2, then your character is automatically dead. So yeah, I think that item. There's gonna be a lot of fun. There's gonna be a lot of laughs in the future, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon if you hit a few more charges.
One? No, man.
And I rolled lots of 6s to hit with the flash hounds, but didn't roll a single 6 to wound.
This is ironic, man.
Which is the way you would want it.
Like, you did take out 10 Chaos Warriors with more.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
meant.
well, a couple more wounds due to battle shock. 2 more in.
Need a few more rolls there.
On them or on them?
No, on the Marauder. On the Marauder.
The flash hounds did, I think.
Yeah, I feel I made a mistake in this part. I think I should have retreated the maniacs, which you actually can't see because it's still hiding behind that building. But I feel as though I should have retreated with the maniacs, and that would have opened up quite a few arrow shots into the marauders. Definitely would have been able to save the maniacs from getting into combat, because they're a bit underpowered, especially in this turn. I failed to cast Bone Spirit, which is pretty rare because it's only 4 to cast, and plus I forgot about the ability of the Weed Knob Maniac on the ball. He's actually got an ability that allows you to reroll a failed casting once per game, so I forgot about that as well. I did manage to cast the +1 to hit. I'm pretty sure I put on the Arrow Boys, a unit of 20 Arrow Boys instead of the unit of 30 this time.
That was bound to happen last.
Golden glasses, not champion. We're rolling failed wounds. Union for mouse. Rolling. Oh, shit. Wounds. Dude, wash your hands. That's it. Alright,
No.
And then I just turned around and got a shot and I charged off. Almost one down this one.
It's on the user.
And then he charged the other squad.
I have a combat pile again.
Melee combat with me.
It's not going well for me now. 1?
no ramp? Nope. Nope.
Slightly better. 3, no rent. The main reason he was able to do so well was the fact that he had on the riptide, on his
So my turn.
Yeah, I could lose 1. No, I got losing.
5? Seriously?
We got lost 2 that time.
7.
This guy, he's Tell with the headphones, it's good. It's good, man.
Yeah, Chris is good.
I didn't lose any Chaos Warriors.
No, you didn't.
My hero face, those days are gone. Everything is control.
So unfortunately, I'm not killing enough marauders quickly enough. So and that unit of Chaos Warriors is still in combat with the maniacs. I've actually charged the ball boys into the Chaos Warriors, didn't really do that much because they're lacking attacks. And I did get a chance to reroll to ruin on the boars, but it just wasn't enough.
Pretty much just try to play my line all the time. It's just, you let your meat shield take the hit and then counter charge. If you know what I'm saying. Running the chaos
So Lee's hero phase, he's still got the war shrine there, so he's given those the buffs to all the different units around him. So now he's going to start retreating with his Chaos Warriors and his Marauders, and that opens up a counter charge with the Chaos Knights.
I mean, it was pretty scummy to run 2 Riptides, but
And I'm pretty sure his Glottkin is also giving a +1 attack ability to all Nurgle units within a certain area. I'm pretty sure it's 14 inches. So as you can see, Lee's moved up his knights into a premium position there to countercharge the maniacs. I know you can't see it there, but I can tell you now there's not much left over from the unit of 10. I'm pretty sure there's only 3 left. So yeah, he's dealt quite a bit of damage onto the maniacs just with the Marauders alone.
This unit of Chaos Knights.
So those things will stay the same. Everything else, I can't put any guarantees on. Because it's all down to you guys. I'm hoping that you guys will just use my planning stuff for the next few months anyway. But it's not. They have all the freedom in the world. Alright, if you get the job up there, let me know, eh? Yeah, the one in there that's sorry, I'm fine.
Guys, be good for the next manager, eh?
you're asking a miracle out of me, Brad.
Alright, see you. Who's winning today, mate?
See, man.
Who's winning?
Well, no one's winning. We just started.
Oh, you're just starting.
Still early days.
Still early days, alright. You tell me about it next week.
I'll see you,
See you
bro.
around.
Oh, you didn't make it. Oh, you didn't make it. Alright, just get yourself back in. We can sort it out. Don't worry, mate. Well, there's half a cake here, people. Someone
Yeah, I
eat
already
cake.
had a slice.
Yeah, me too. Come here.
It doesn't have to be a minimum between friendly units,
No, I just want to make sure I can pile in but not being charged.
Thank you, sir. No worries. Okay, so if you ever do this, there is a go around it. What do you do? Or I land down this. Down here?
Yeah, we know what it is.
No, I didn't do your attendance. Did you, Master? Yes, sir.
I'm not sure you're going to look for it because I'm smart. Actually, I'm not smart. I wasn't. No, what's
Yeah. Or leave the.
He's going to shoot on rock that
Or
unit.
shut the heads of the spears and stick arrows on them and use them as different Phoenix guard. Yeah, true.
Oh, any salvage. I forgot if salvage on +1 attack but not shooting. Well, not missile weapons but close combat.
Oh, okay.
Okay. One shot. Nope. I never successfully shoot.
Oh, you did against me.
It's not. It's 4+4+ -2 random, 2d6 damage.
So Lee's decided to attack the rest of the ball boys with the Glottkin shooting attack, and he rolled a 1. And because the Glottkin's on full health, it would have done 2d6 mortal wounds. So that could have been, you know, very nasty. It would have cleared up the right flank, and it would have allowed him to charge possibly the arrow boys, maybe even that maniac weird knob with those knights. So yeah, that would have been potentially nasty. But instead, he gets a chance to kill them anyway with the knight's charge. So he's proceeding to move him up. So that's the first unit. And oh no, he's actually just moving him within 3 inches away. Yeah, it's because that building's in the way. But I can guarantee you that they got a charge off. So here he is moving him now.
I haven't got the stuff that I wanted 3 weeks ago. Now I want this.
Yeah, so knights on the charge. They're not bad. I think the lack of Ren sort of hurts them a bit, but you know, the sheer amount of attacks and the dice rolls that you're going to get, not to mention the buffs. Yeah, there's a lot of dice being thrown. So I think Lee's played it well here with the Chaos Warriors, just there in the foreground. Instead of moving them up, they're just going to sit there and they're going to be used as a roadblock, basically. So yeah, it's going to stop me from, you know, possibly moving a little closer to the Glottkin. You know, I obviously don't want to get into combat with the arrow boys, so it forces me to either shoot him or, you know, ignore them altogether, and then it just sets him up for a counter charge in the next turn. So yeah, I think that was well played.
Oh, actually, oh, those are 2 separate units. Before that, I'll put those on my champion shield and the champion shield. So.
I was just trying to figure out the source of
okay. Alright, I'll do those 2 guys on those guys. So 8 attacks.
I'm going to use Orruks.
Any on 3?
I have more than enough spare. Not the right places at home. No, but I'm sure we can redistribute.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Actually showed up.
What's good to do?
Box.
This is Tom's box that I'm returning.
Ah.
I thought you were moving the store.
So I put it back under there.
Just tuck it under that table for now, we'll sort it out later. I've still got all sorts to do, so. Do you want some cake? I need to find a bird to use.
Possibly.
It's chocolate, it's there, it's tasty. Free cake.
Well, possibly was based on the club.
Sort of few more attacks.
So I had a game against John, and he took the Barbarian, and I took double Riptide.
750 coins. 2 Riptides, 750 coins.
I am that
Shot.
guy. He would be like, Rage Guard host, miniature version, go!
Monster Bash.
Shoot, Rage Guard.
Those 2 hits.
So I can still get on Riptide!
Oh, I don't have a race board.
Instead of the magic wriggle. Yeah, but you like run a rage lord, and then run away servant to the dudes. The problem gets out there. Totally good.
Yeah.
Because like basically converting all my Lord Celestines into
5 moves on that move.
So yeah, as you can see, the sun sitting down onto the battlefield. I'm actually going to change the angle of the camera because the sun just got in the way. So just a quick recap: the Knights managed to wipe out the boar boys on the right flank, and they also managed to take out the maniacs as well. There weren't much left, but you know, they dealt the damage to the marauders. But unfortunately, the marauders are still there. We're not playing a specific scenario in this game, so we're just, you know, playing a straight up kill battle plan. You know, kill as much as you can. We are still learning both our armies. Lee, on the other hand, is learning mine and his. I think this is his first game against Bonesplitterz, so yeah, so it's a good crash course training game for him, and of course for myself as well. Again, this is probably not the final list that I'm going to use. Depending on the setting of the game, if it's a competitive game, then I might use the unit of 2 big units of arrow boys. But definitely from a social and thematic aspect,
Yeah, I don't really want to pile in.
I'm probably going to run just the 1 unit of arrow boys, but a whole heap of boar boys.
This one doesn't really
Yeah, I'm
matter.
not too fussed on the
They don't get
on the way I've set up the units in this game. Sort of just wanted to bring everything that I had assembled to the table. Obviously, nothing's painted. So, but as soon as I have a list in mind, like a set list, I'm definitely going to start painting the units up. Definitely going to start painting off the boar boys first. I think that's the staple in my list. The boar boys. They're a lot of fun. They can retreat and they can charge on the same turn. Although in this part of the video, they're copying it from 2 spawns and a chariot, but they're holding their own.
your activation.
I suppose the good thing about the boar boys is that they're 3 wounds each. Of course, they lack a bit of armor. 6 up base, but because they are boar boys, they have shields, so it's 5+. And you know, they somewhat ignore rend. I mean, regardless of the rend
Oh, you still have some.
value, it's always going to be 6s to save, unless there's no rends at all. You know, you're getting 5 up, and a 6 up against smaller wounds as well.
No, that was on this one.
Yeah. That thing's not in range, so I take 2 wounds. Alright, my activation.
Yeah.
Alright, 2d6 attack. 6 attacks plus 1, 7.
Yeah.
I think Lee played it just a little bit differently to what he's meant to. So with the spawns, you know, it's random amount of attacks. Roll 2d6, and that's how many attacks he's gonna get. But Lee was, if you roll a double to see how many attacks you're gonna get, then you're actually gonna add 1 to hit with those hits. Unfortunately, Lee was playing it wrong. It was actually to his disadvantage. So Lee, if you're watching, it's if you roll double on the attacks to hit, then you're getting +1 to hit. And of course, if you get a 5 and 6 for your battle trait as well, then you get an extra +1 to hit. Obviously, he's not going to get that battle trait in this game because he's using a name character, which is the Glottkin, so he wasn't getting any extra command traits.
Okay. 5. No rain.
Yeah, I forgot to move the camera to the other side of the table, but he was just finishing off the rest of the maniacs. Sorry, the rest of the boar boys on the far right. Which was doing a pretty good job on its own, taking care of the knights. I didn't have much in the way of support because I've already lost the maniacs at this point. I do have the arrow boys left over.
Roll first.
And a unit of big stabbers as well, so hopefully they can hold up against 2 blocks of knights. It's going to come down to priority as well, obviously.
2 damage.
3 damage.
6 damage.
Be nice if I can get first turn. Gives me a chance to shoot him in the hero phase and in the shooting phase. Regardless, it is a big block of arrow boys. I'm pretty confident they can. Well, a lot will die, but hopefully, you know, I was pretty confident that, you know, they would hold. But I also had the unit of big stabbers there as well.
Yeah, man,
So.
that's it.
Another thing that happened in this turn was the Glottkin got a chance to shoot with its mortal wounds attack. After I wiped out the Chaos Warriors near the building, it opened up an avenue to charge the Glottkin onto the Savage Orruks arrow boys, but he didn't go for it. I was quite happy with that, you know, obviously I want to shoot it. And he shot the other unit of big stabbers at the back, 2d6 mortal wounds, because I explained to Lee that, you know, it's range 3. It's damage 3, rend 2. And there's a possibility that you can roll on the Monster Hunter table and re-roll wounds.
One dice.
This is the T-Frog formation, so it's going to pile in 6, but obviously it's not going to get a chance to pile in because so many orcs are in the way.
It makes me a little sad to see them like wandering around in their shoes on.
That's more Britannia, isn't it?
Okay.
It's it, isn't it? Battle shots. So then I might lose a guy. I do.
So Battle Shock and another orc flees.
Yeah, lose a guy.
How many warriors did you take out this time? 4?
3, then 1 to Battle Shock. Then you good? Maybe there.
So you can see at the back there my Coven of Heroes. We've got 2 War Dogs, got the Wargog Prophet, Savage Orruk Big Boss, and the Maniac Red Knob. As for my general, if I didn't mention it earlier on, I'm using the Wargog Prophet.
5 plus 5, 10, minus 6, 4. I do have the banner.
I'm not sure why I did that. I think I would have preferred to go with the Savage Big Boss, but just the ability to... I wanted to try it out, to be honest with you.
Want to charge it?
Obviously, in hindsight, you prefer the Savage Big Boss because of Savage Attack. So, any rolls of 6, you get to make an additional attack on top of that. That's with combat and shooting. So, imagine giving that to the Arrow Boys.
He's misunderstood.
Extra shot in the 6. I've also got the Maniac Wind Knob, and he's got a really cool spell called Bonesplitterz. Very easy to cast, 4 up to cast. And
Let's go.
if you cast it, you're re-rolling once to hit. If you roll a double, you're re-rolling or fail to hit. So, you know, obviously you buff that with the Savage Attack. And with those Arrow Boys pumping out 3 shots each because they're more than 20 models, you know, there's quite a few shots going into the Glottkin or whatever unit. So there's the big stabbers there, and Lee's won priority for turn 4. Yeah, it's turn 4. Yeah, I'm sure it's turn 4. Anyway, I'll let you guys watch this part.
You have plus 1, you have plus 1.
Lee in his hero phase, giving out buffs to all his units, and he's gonna need it this turn.
Okay, now I'm gonna cast Mystic Shield on myself. Go through, you want to unbind?
Yes, I definitely will.
In a 10, so go ahead.
I'll do what I did last time.
So yeah, some shenanigans going on here. Lee's trying to cast Mystic Shield. Yeah, so he's rolled a 10, so I need to beat it with an 11, and what do I get? I get an 11.
It's a 10. Age of Sigmar, you gotta beat it. So I roll 11.
So Lee was a bit disheartened by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Glottkin on 2+ would have been pretty nasty. I mean, I am getting a -1 rend on by shooting the Glottkin with the Arrow Boys, but obviously,
Don't forget I can unbind twice.
yeah, a 3 up compared to 2 is a lot better than
Well,
what it should have been.
you just
Yeah.
need to roll box cards.
Sorry, Lee.
Can't beat it.
Okay, fuck you, fuck my face.
That was lucky. That was just lucky. It's the 3rd time I've done that.
Lucky works, alright? Lucky but works. Alright.
So if you watch the previous videos, I've actually done that to Lee a few times, so he's rolled pretty high.
Flash of boundaries on there is nice. I think that
Yeah, and I've managed to dispel it.
Yep, check it.
Very critical parts of the game as well, and critical spells. Usually Mystic Shield.
18. Oh, that's right.
So yeah, third time I've done that to Lee.
I have nothing. I have nothing left. Yeah, how about him? Okay, flash of boundaries on the chosen.
Chosen?
Need a 7, so it's an 8. Go ahead.
Yeah, I might as well try and unbind it. So I'm not losing anything. Nah.
Okay.
Not that time.
Oh, not this time.
So great ability of the
I
World
prefer
Prophet,
Mystic
obviously.
Shield, alright? You get
It's
unbind
not only just to
everyone.
cast twice, but also to dispel twice
Okay.
in a phase. So he's very handy to have on the table.
Well, dies for my war shrine.
Packing
It's a
2
two,
War
yeah,
Dogs and a
fucking
Maniac Weird Knob, which are also wizards, you know, you get a chance to unbind 5 times. So yeah, it's Bonesplitterz are pretty decent when it comes to magic
You can
defense.
move and shoot, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't want to move.
And part of the artifacts as well, they actually get
So he doesn't
+1 to
have
unbind.
now, which are in.
I think it's the number 6 item. Let me just have a look.
So can you stay on that? Wait, you're gonna shoot the visible part, right?
Yeah. So here we are. Just looking at the book, it's Mystic Warpaint. Add 1 to all unbinding rolls made by the wizard. In addition, the wearer of the Mystic Warpaint can attempt to unbind spells if they are within 24 inches of the casting wizard. So, you know, very handy. Very, very handy. There's some pretty good artifacts in the book. Yeah, and that's got to be one of them. So if you go in Magic Defensive, probably recommend taking that.
No, you're going there. You're fucking going there. So you were here. The place was here. God damn it! It's still not in range. Alright, I'll move my thing. I'm running this chariot away.
Usually it's always house gets gift. So that works. It's not exactly something that can be retrieved off this level, not really. Yeah, I'm going to draw a line in this conversation again, I think.
I think as a parting gift, we're going to get you a ruler.
I will try to charge those marauders.
You don't want me to wouldn't be rolling for it.
Alright, nothing else. Activation. I'll activate those 3 nice first.
Sure.
Do another range, so the 3 attack space, champions.
Yeah, so Lee's gone and retreated with the Gorbeast Chariot. Not sure what his thinking was. I think he felt as though the Chaos Spawns would finish off the rest of the Ball Boys. That's very possible. And he's just using the Gorbeast to sort of just give itself a chance to charge later on. He's failed to charge with the Marauders. The remaining Marauders, yeah, I know they managed to live. There's like 3 left. They're still on the far right. Excuse me. So combat phase is gone to the Knights, and he's whittling down more of the Savage Orruks.
What you say that while you're going probably say it.
I would probably describe them more as
3 wins more.
Manchester sort of in English terms.
Alright, your activation.
Scousers I can handle. My mum's a Scouser, which, you know, gives some interesting experiences as a child. The formative experience being watching her get extremely drunk and then headbutt some guy because she vomited on his car and play. She very, very rarely shouts.
3.5.
But that one time was bloody hilarious. So. They got one right afterwards. His name was Jammer.
Yeah, look, I didn't even notice that. So the big stabbers are actually within 3 inches of -2. Looks like Chaos Warriors. Yeah, that's the Chaos Warriors that's charged. So it's not going to look good. The big stabbers are pretty good. 2 attacks each only. But yeah,
For a little lady, she gets a lot of
red 2.
3.
Yeah, damage 3. So they left a good mark on those Chaos Warriors.
and now she's a primary school.
Activate this.
They do have a 3-inch range as well, so that's why I feel as though it's a good tactic to just put it behind
Attack 7.
Savage Orruks. In my case, I'll put it behind the Legends. The Arrow boys. Whenever the Arrow boys get charged.
They're already done, so I might as well.
3 inches of the big stars. Yeah, these guys get to fight combat.
So both on my one.
Yeah, I might as well do it all at the one time. The one I've wounded already.
There's no like special effects for the cycle power going off. So it just looks he's gone, ah! And the Generals go, ah! And it's
Dude, no rent.
Well, what sort of special effects would you expect to tell me?
One, damage one, right?
Yeah, only damage one.
actually demonstrated something backing up and going, what do you do?
This spot.
Although I love the idea of really easily panic Generals.
8 attacks, 9 attacks.
But killer cans. Where they run away if they're taking up fire, even if they don't get hurt by it. There's still drops in the cans. They don't use the idea.
2 attacks.
2.
Oh shit, can I redo it? Because I've
Yeah, go on.
got the doubles hitting on 3s instead.
I can now plausibly afford my Orcs patience chapter.
8 attacks.
Yeah.
So this is. This is kind of what happens with it. So you don't
Double.
end up spending
Hitting on
less
3s.
money. What you end up doing is your projects get more insane.
3 wounds, no
You
rest.
end up spending the same amount of money and getting twice as much stuff.
You end up, say for example, buying a box of flash gifts for every box of more brutes you buy just for heads.
Your
that done?
It's
activation.
that kind of thing that happens.
What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to me? I'm going to get a whole bunch of stand past and realize, hey, I've got another army here. Build it and say, I need to finish this army and convert it a little bit. And then the cycle starts again. My
1,
conversion
2,
gets
3, 4,
always leads to my
5, 6,
next
7,
army.
8, 9, 10. Boss. This is- 5. 3 at no end.
I've only been that crazy once.
One save, no, not in range. Right dice. Damage 1.
Only damage 1. Yeah.
That's all those guys.
Nah, not yet.
Anytime you
you're
put a
done.
wound with the
Yep, done.
Arrow
Shields
boys,
and arm with
it's
the whip.
considered a bonus. So they're forced to hit, and they're 5s to win. So,
The rest of the lot was
I'm pretty sure in this 10 they've got the +1 buff.
Threes.
Brutal Beast.
1.
So they were hitting on 3s, but
I wanted an urban left
One more
hand.
bad
That's all I
die.
wanted.
what's the big stats?
2, butterfly.
Yeah, battle shock.
Negative. 5.
These guys, 8 or 7, so they're good. Lost 1, bravery 8,
Thanks to
so
the fact that I'm getting
no
good
failing.
stuff, I don't necessarily have to buy a new
That's
thing
it.
every time I want something now.
Your turn.
Because I'm now getting decent at just making my own box.
Oh, you're too far
I carved off half of my model and then replaced it with
Bugger.
a different front half model.
I'm trying to kill him.
So it's gone over to my turn now.
First things first.
Checking the range of some of the spells.
I'm not going to do any sort of
I still have chosen.
So one of the items that I
I
have
still
to
have
work
chosen.
on
They're beating offensive side.
Yeah, they're okay.
Like you hit them, they're fucking
It's an
trying to.
artifact that can only be given to a wizard.
Okay, look. I'm gonna do.
So you pick a hero or a monster within 12 inches and you automatically inflict D3 mortal wounds. Now you can choose to keep using the item, basically, so you're having a little staring competition with this mask. Excuse me, I just popped the table. Yeah, you can choose to do it again.
Let's
so you
try.
roll a die, on a 3 up, you get to inflict another D3 mortal wounds. And you can keep doing that for as long as
Oh
you
wait,
want.
dock. War dock first.
You can decide to stop.
3.
However, if you roll a
I'm
1
gonna
or a
heal
2
one.
on that roll, the character that has
Might as well heal it from them. They're fully healed.
it's a good idea to put it on the second war dock instead of putting it on the big cycle. There's definitely some other options to give to your Nurgle profit. Yeah, I mean, it's an item that's going to be a lot of fun. That's true.
Alright.
It's going to be some
Plus
fun.
1 hit. You can try and unbind it. You can do it to me this time. No. Because
Plus
it's
plus equals 1. This is how silly it is.
now because it was double, I get to choose 2 units. So I'll do one of them, and I'll do the other one on stabbers.
You both over there. Now it's gonna die, whatever you're gonna do.
Which one?
That knight's gonna die.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
I could possibly do
Just want to make sure
How
it
sure
happens.
you want to make it? How are you sure you want to make it?
Just want to be sure. 100% sure.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so that's plus one.
The
Plus
knight's on 200% now. Alright. Shooting phase?
not yet.
This time up there on Thursday, mate.
Just the arcane bolt.
We might as well use your.
Actually, no, I'll do Mystic Shield on them.
I'll be savoury then.
10. Hey, you beat it.
Payback, man. Payback.
Payback. Can't have it all.
No more Mystic Shield today.
Cunning beasts on them. So reroll of 6s.
How's this fight going?
I'm dying.
9. Can't stop that again. And a book.
I got I'm dying.
What have you got left? Just that?
Everything you can see on table does.
Oh, so you've still got all of this?
Yeah. Okay, I have a dream. I just don't want to talk about it.
So you got one right there, you've got the Glottkin and the chariot.
Now I have a bunch of chosen, so I'm pretty comfortable, but the only thing I'm concerned about is the time.
Okay. Hero phase? Don't worry. We'll see if I can kill him
If you're
here.
blocking, I'll say good
Okay.
game, man.
I'll try and kill him now.
15 wounds.
Okay, so my hero phase, I'm gonna shoot.
Yep.
That's gonna be all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You're gonna do that 2 more times, right?
3 more times. Yeah. Because now it's not everyone, whereas before I was using 9, which is 8, 27 shots.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I should have done first. I forgot to do it. Alright, never mind. 4, 8, 12, 16, 17. Again. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20. 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 28. Nah, he's gonna be alive.
There's a wound?
Yeah, I need to do 20 more. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and this is 20.
No ram?
Red 1.
Imagine instead of Philip being the first name was Richard, then his name would be literally Dick Dick.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20. Oh, he's still alive in the hero phase?
You gotta shoot him again in your shooting phase.
Yeah. Depends what happens. And so we got Lee rolling all his dice.
Right?
So this is for the Glottkin.
Yeah,
-1. Obviously all the shooting's gone to the Glottkin just to take it down. In hindsight, I probably would have tried to split it up. Probably put a portion of the shots onto the spawn. Maybe even the war shrine, but you know, my thinking was, you know, you get rid of the Glottkin, pretty much secure the win in this game. And once again, we weren't playing any specific scenarios, battle plans, or anything like that. We just kill. So it was all on points.
I'm just gonna shoot him
So yeah, the objective was always the Glottkin because you know it is a monster, and being Savage Orruks, you know they're obviously going for that thing.
I'm just gonna stay still. I'm just gonna
The biggest thing on the table to liberate it, and
I'm just gonna pump
you know for them to catch the spirit and be imbued by Gorkamorka. Oh, I love the fluff. He's gonna retreat. And then charge that one. 7. I don't think I'm gonna get around 7. I've gone and retreated with the Boar Boys. Oh, Boar Boy. There's only one left. And I'm just gonna charge it again. It's a really good ability to have, being able to retreat and charge. He's gonna charge because he can retreat and charge at the same turn.
However, his mind is completely blown by the idea of a ban of candles.
You gain bonus when he charges?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
If you ever decide to go Grand Alliance Destruction, take Rampages and being able to retreat in the hero phase, and then charge again. So, you know, it's going to give you that extra D6 move. Of course, you know, you have to roll 4 or better to be able to retreat from the combat.
He's dead.
You kill my guy? Well, no, that's not true. They make multiple improvements to 9.
As long as you keep your general nearby, I suppose, you know, you can add +2 if he's got the Ravages
My
trait.
hero command ability is 2 attacks, right?
So it's a good little nifty combo to have. You definitely catch some people off. I don't think it's too overpowered. Ball boys,
Steel wounds on 4.
they're decent. They've got a 5+ save because of the shield. They've only got 1 attack. If you've armed them with the spears, they are 2 damage against monsters. But personally, what I have in mind is to run them in small units of 5. Probably about 4 or 5 of them. If you can fit in the points, maybe even 6. But ideally 4. You know, 4 units of 5 running around. And what you do is you either take a charge or you make a flank charge, put them on the flanks. Then on your turn, retreat, and then get out of combat and move around behind enemy lines, and that will threaten, say, weak characters, wizards, you know, anything that gives buffs.
Those things are gone. Gone.
When they charge, you're also getting a chance to re-roll the to wound with the actual boars, and they're 2 attacks each.
Those things are gone too.
I'm pretty sure they are 4s to hit and 4s to win, but yeah, the re-rolls always help. So yeah, that was a quick glance of the right flank. The big boss finally being able to charge and take down the rest of the marauders, which were hanging around all game long. So now Lee's going all in. He's moving his chosen into charge range. Chaos Spawn managed to get rid of the last ball boy and setting up charges as well. And it looks like that Gore Beast, which made a tactical retreat. That was a good move by Lee in the end. So he's going to be able to charge this turn too. So quite a few attacks come on my way.
This thing 8 inches. Okay, you gotta move.
Yeah.
There's other ones in that shadow.
Charge it.
Yeah, there's
First unit.
Like
Made it.
some of
This
the
unit.
jokes that are written on the boards.
Oh.
So that unit. 8. Remember when I charge I rolled 8. So he gained bonus. Those 2.
And so
3 is in 3 inches, so he got a 6.
The thing about me about Big Bang Theory is
Pilot.
wrong about what those things are. It's
Not
always the
Pilot.
people that are actually
I forgot to charge my Warshrine too. 10. I'll do my
They
tradings
go
first.
back and forth between,
Change.
hey, this is something that absolutely happens in such and such comic, and they're right about it.
Run and
Then
shot.
they'll make some comments
Plus
about
1,
something else
so
entirely, and that's
11.
completely off. Because
You go there.
actually follow the series that we're talking about that time.
it is what it is. It's a sitcom, and sitcoms kind of take anything funny and slowly crush it to death before it dies, unless they're written by Graham Manhattan. So how does Manhattan stop that? Don't know why. Maybe it's just because he wrote Father Ted, and therefore could no longer do any wrong.
He might not be able to get in there. 6 inches for him. Okay, you can go there. Right, activation.
Oh, you Glottkin did it? You in tomorrow?
No, he goes suck his own ass.
Then I will.
Maybe that's why he dies. I always shit on him. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
If you find yourself
6 guys.
desperate urge to come and enjoy a little bit
6
of
guys.
next time see him.
18
Other
shots.
than that, unless I happen to have a reason to be in head office, or you happen to have a reason to be back at the workshop, I guess I will see you.
I get the feeling you haven't really been dented much.
Oh, he got rid of my pigs.
Everyone.
See ya.
Yeah. This one. What does the champion get?
Space for the video. Yeah, well, this one's done.
Alright,
I'm surprised you got enough space on your phone for this video.
so
There's 64 gig in there, so I hope that's enough.
64 gig.
19 attacks. Do I need to roll 6s on hit?
No, not on this one.
They're pretty close.
Yeah, their 7's pretty good.
What is it?
Their 7, yeah.
Okay.
That'd be why.
No problem.
I've only got this 5.
So 4 normal wound, 1 normal, 1 mortal wound.
One mortal wound, 6. Yep, same mortal wound.
Close to
4. 6s. Nah, so 2 die.
Oh my god.
Alright, your activation.
See, that's the three of the keys behind that.
I'll do the boss
Yep.
over there. He's got
Oh,
5
you're
attack.
hit, yeah. That'll be great. I'd appreciate that.
3s. There's 2, -1.
6s.
No, but around the night, and the rest of the hour was.
2 damage each.
This stuff is a lot weirder though.
My activation.
So I finally got a
Because he's
chance to get rid of all the Marauders already. They've lasted pretty much the whole game, so took it down with the big boss. Handy to have 5 attacks, 2 damage each. So yeah, finally got rid of him. So it's up to Lee now to decide who's going to fight next.
4+4+, 2 attacks.
He's got a few units to go.
Oh yeah.
He goes to a garage car thing. And I was like, sorry, I can't push your car. You're a twat. Like, what? You know the twat.
4+, yeah, you might just not. Oh, wait, that's
Really
it.
sweet.
Okay, so 2 wounds, no rend.
2 wounds no end. 1 wound.
2 wounds, no rend.
I'm not low
But damage 2. So.
Damage 2.
No. You're rolling for those 2.
Okay, I'm rolling for them now. Okay. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 4.
I might save that for tomorrow,
That's it.
just because I didn't steal this CD.
So quite a bit of damage being done, but unfortunately it's just not enough Savage Orruks.
I'm going to change them. I don't really have much choice.
The 2 wins each, so that's pretty handy to have, and as always they're getting a 6-up armor save regardless of what the rend value is.
Only 1.
On that?
Yeah.
On that? -2.
So it looks like he's doing the War Shrine.
Nope.
3 damage.
1 dead. 1 taking 1 damage.
Yeah, that's them done.
That's right. 4 attacks.
So Lee just going back to his books. So yeah, I did my best to actually whittle down the footage down to under an hour and a half. So I hope I didn't cut off too much. As long as you get the gist of the game and got most of the important bits. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, he was taking down orcs, but it just wasn't enough. And all my characters are still alive. Whereas his Glottkin's dead, his knights are dead.
The one you missed is
taking down the Chaos Warriors.
you rolled is no down.
While I still have the bulk of my army. Again, we weren't playing a specific scenario,
Good game, man.
so at least called it there. So and he didn't want me to have a 5th turn.
Yeah, on my last.
I suppose. Look, in my hero phase, I would have just shot
I would put that long.
the Chosen. To be honest with you,
But they are +1
I
here.
can't not fast.
obviously I would have attacked with a big stabber, but on the right flank, his Marauders were gone, his Knights were gone.
Started my
Still
hero
had the
phase.
Arrow Boys.
I would have shot them.
So yeah, it ended up being a pretty convincing victory. I don't think
I did that one.
Yeah,
You would
he's
have
gonna-
taken.
I don't think Lee was expecting that many shots coming his way, to be honest with you.
To do that,
But he took it well. Lee's a good opponent, so I'm always happy to play him.
They were going to shoot me.
And
terrifying.
yeah, hopefully I can get a more set Bonesplitterz army. I might acquire more Savage Orruks or Ball Boys. We'll see how we go.
I don't have.
But yeah, I think competitively, I will be using Bonesplitterz because they just seem to compete in all phases of the game, and I pretty much enjoy that. I enjoy the magic phase, and I enjoy the shooting phase, obviously. And they do have some pretty fighty units, and you know, you tie it all in together, and they've all got good synergy. And it makes for a lot of fun. Whereas, you know, Iron Jaws, you just push it forward and beat face. Not that I'm saying that that isn't fun, but it's a lot of fun. But just tactically, I mean, Bonesplitterz just seem to offer more. So again, I hope you're really liking the full video format. Once again, if you're liking these formats, give us a like, subscribe, tell all your friends about it. I'll try my best to put up another battle report within a week. I do have a couple of games lined up. So until then, happy gaming.
You could have ran. You could have ran backwards. I just didn't know you're gonna shoot me like to death in one turn.